Good morning, and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings, Ocean Beach. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Thursday, June 25th. You'll be interested to know. 76 years ago, today in 1950, negotiators began earnest armistice discussions aimed at pausing large-scale fighting and opening formal channels for talks between opposing commanders. That milestone set a precedent for structured conflict resolution and helped preserve lives while establishing a framework for future diplomatic settlement and ceasefire implementation. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. Thursday at Ocean Beach. This morning it's looking choppy with waves around 3 to 4 plus feet. Conditions hold steady through the morning before the winds shift onshore at 8 miles per hour by 10 a.m. Expect the wind to pick up to 22 miles per hour by 8 p.m. as the swell rotates more from the west-northwest. Best time to ride is at 8 a.m. with the 3-foot incoming high tide when a south-southwest swell is 2.5 feet at 16 seconds, and the sideshore wind is 7 miles per hour. The first high tide on Thursday will be 4 feet just after 10:30 a.m., followed by a 3-foot low tide at 2:45. The nearshore buoy in San Francisco Bar reads 61 degrees for the water temperature. Choppy conditions persist Friday with waves ranging from 2 to 4 feet and west winds at 20 miles per hour. Saturday sees a slight decrease in size, with waves around 2 to 3 plus feet and increasing on shore winds up to 26 miles per hour. Sunday brings the best conditions, featuring 4 to 6 plus feet waves and lighter winds, creating cleaner faces for surfers. This morning, it's mostly cloudy and it feels like 58 degrees with 9 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 8:36, and it will rise again tomorrow at 5:49. It looks like we're in for a partly sunny day, with a high near 61 and a moderate west-southwest breeze, around 14 miles per hour, gusting up to 28 miles per hour. If you're inland, it will hit a high of 66. Tonight, expect mostly cloudy skies with a low around 56 and a windy west wind around 21 miles per hour, gusting up to 29 miles per hour. Looking ahead in the weather. This morning, it's mostly cloudy and it feels like 58 degrees with 9 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 8:36, and it will rise again tomorrow at 5:49. It looks like we're in for some mostly cloudy skies today, with a high around 60 and a mild breeze. Tonight, expect continued mostly cloudy conditions with a low of 56 and light winds picking up a bit. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, Oakland's Glen Echo Creek, once a lush habitat, has faced challenges due to urban development, with 90% buried in culverts. Recently, a group of 9th graders from Oakland Technical High School, guided by their Rotary Nature Center friends, took part in rejuvenating a section along Richmond Boulevard. Over 1 month, the students removed invasive ivy and planted native species like yarrow and swordfern, aiming to restore the creek's biodiversity. This project, funded by a $3,500 grant from the Alameda County Clean Water Program, hopes to improve water quality and attract more wildlife. As the creek flourishes, it may also draw more visitors to enjoy this urban oasis. Now on to sports. Keaton Wagler has been drafted by the Los Angeles Clippers. In other news from the Big Ten, Alini Isaac and Robbie Nardini from the Champagne Room are joined by Alex Key from Armchair Alini to discuss the implications of this draft pick. They also touch on Dusty May's departure from the Big Ten, along with other significant updates from the conference. For those seeking insurance solutions, consider State Farm agent Brian Hansen for a quote on home, auto, business, and life insurance needs. In local sports, the Giants are one win away from a sweep. They beat Oakland 2-1 last night behind Tyler Mahle's dominant start, 5 2/3 innings of shutout ball with just 2 hits allowed. Rafael Devers and Victor Garricoto both went deep, and the bullpen locked it down. San Francisco is now riding back-to-back wins and looking to complete the series this afternoon at Oracle Park, with Landon Roop on the mound against Jeffrey Springs. Game time is 12:45. One note on the lineup, Luis Arraez is day-to-day after fouling a ball off his right foot Tuesday, but Mahle's return from a month-long hamstring absence is exactly what the Giants needed right now. Meanwhile, the Warriors made some noise at the NBA draft. Golden State grabbed Michigan forward Yaxel Lendeborg with the 11th overall pick, a plug-and-play wing who led the country in plus-minus last season. He is older for a prospect at 24, but the front office loved his production and versatility. The Dubs also picked Florida State guard Leju Jones in the second round. Now they shift focus to free agency as they build around Steph Curry for next season. Down in San Jose, the Sharks are prepping for the draft tomorrow night at 7. GM Mike Greer is keeping options open with that second overall pick. 5 teams are seriously interested in trading up. The Shark Tank is hosting a free viewing party starting at 3 tomorrow if you want to catch the action live. In top news, Frank Carone, a former chief of staff to ex-New York Mayor Eric Adams, was arrested Wednesday in a federal bribery case related to a migrant shelter contract. The indictment alleges that Carone accepted more than $120,000 in payoffs to steer the contract to an unsuitable hotel. Assistant United States Attorney Sarah Winnick stated, "Frank Carone was entrusted to run our city government and instead put his own wealth and status above duty." Carone, along with 3 others, pleaded not guilty to various charges. Separately, federal authorities searched the homes of current and former New York Police Department leaders in connection with a different bribery investigation. In business news, Tesla and Waymo are engaged in a fierce competition in the robotaxi race, but the company spending the most money builds no cars at all. Uber is quietly writing checks totaling $500 million to secure robotaxis, as Waymo threatens to leave it behind. If you own Tesla stock, much of what you are paying for above the value of a car maker is a bet on autonomy and artificial intelligence that is barely reflected on the income statement. This spring, the robotaxi network consisted of about 20 driverless Tesla Model E vehicles in Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas, and Houston, Texas. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is down 3% to about $61,000. Ethereum is down 2.5% to just over $1,600. And XRP is down 3% to $1.07. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk science. The painting has been authenticated, but not revealed. Reports suggest it is one of Picasso's portraits of Marie-Therese Walter. French police recently raided a house outside of Paris during a drug trafficking investigation. They found bundles of cash, cannabis, designer clothes, and a stolen Picasso painting. The artwork is worth tens of millions of euros, according to France's police force. The raid occurred last week in Champigny-sur-Marne. The house reportedly belongs to the aunt of a suspected drug dealer. 4 people were arrested, with one confessing to stealing from a storage facility in Paris. And in entertainment news, 25 years after Band of Brothers, this 2-part World War II series is officially crushing streaming. Numerous films and television shows depict World War II events, highlighting the brutality, sacrifice, and chaos of the battlefield. Yet some stories defy belief, showcasing missions that change history. That is what made Band of Brothers a benchmark, and Rogue Heroes a delightfully entertaining watch. The show follows David Sterling and his regiment as they conduct sabotage missions. While some events are exaggerated, historian Joshua Levine confirms that many are true. Ultimately, Rogue Heroes offers a complex portrayal of war and heroism, available to stream on MGM Plus in the United States. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American diplomat and peace advocate, Ralph Bunche. And he said, "There are no warlike people, just warlike leaders." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings, Ocean Beach.